Now we're talking nutrition. Of course, yesterday, being the 14th of November, was World Diabetes Day. So it's appropriate for us to have the conversation on this nutrition segment about how nutrition can help to improve your situation if you have diabetes. Now, the nutrition segment is sponsored by Lele Rice. Lele Rice, tasty food, happy family. Now, my guest has joined me in the studio, Akosua Konadu Yadom, who is a state-registered nutritionist, and she's going to help us to understand nutrition and how it can benefit or help us to improve our condition as far as diabetes is concerned. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome back.
Thank you. You're looking very sunflower-ish.
Yeah. I'm blushing. I'm blushing.
It's
Thanks so much.
It's good to see you. Now, let's dive right into it. Of course, yesterday was World Diabetes Day, and I think it's a very important conversation for us to have because a lot of people do suffer from diabetes, and of course, we've talked about it, different types of diabetes and so on. Whatever it is, whatever type of diabetes it is, it's a problem.
Yes.
And so, how can nutrition help us?
So I will say that if you are a human being who is eating every day, then you can experience this. I've experienced hypoglycemia before, where the glucose in my body was very low. Yes. So I'm a nutritionist, but I'm a human being, just like you. So I can go through that if I allow myself or allow my body to indulge in things that I'm not supposed to do. So if you are eating, then it means that this conversation is supposed to be important to you. So everybody in the studio, everybody watching us, and as a matter of fact, every human being eating every day will at a point experience what we call blood sugar spike. And that has something or a connection to do with
blood sugar spike.
Yes, blood sugar spike has everything to do with diabetes because blood sugar spike, we can't say that you have diabetes or we can't say you have any of the types of diabetes, but if it should continue over a particular period of time, your body is sent into a place where now it will struggle to utilize the glucose you are releasing from whatever you are eating. So everything we consume, being this cup of coffee or what have you, will need to be converted into glucose before your body is able to use it up. So insulin comes in, the pancreas, we need to produce the insulin for the work to be done on the glucose you've released for energy. For the body's usage. So I am talking because glucose is at work. You are talking because glucose is at work. We had all the time to put on everything we have because energy was at work, and it is responsible by glucose, which is from whatever we ingested or took as food. So it is very important that we pay attention to what we are putting into us because it's either going to influence you constantly having a blood sugar spike, which with time can lead to type 2 diabetes, which is a type of diabetes.
When you say blood sugar spike, explain to us what exactly is that? So
when right now, I can just test my blood sugar or go for that shot and then make sure they check. If my readings is 99 milligrams per deciliter, or it is above, let's say 5.8 millimole per liter, then it means that, okay, there is a spike. And with a blood sugar spike, it happens so that when you are hungry, there is that spike, but it drops. Let me put it, it drops as soon as you've eaten. So there is a spike, but as soon as you take something, it constantly, or it straight away drops. So once that is happening, you having the blood sugar spike, and then so it's dropping. So that is the reading, the interpretations for you to know. So the levels on the screen is to help you know where you fall. And if you are somebody really concerned about your diabetic health or your glucose health, you need to really pay attention to whatever we are talking about. So you can see from the box we have there, where we have the low, normal, and diabetes. So whatever test you go and do, We have the glycated one. So there are some people, the FBS or RBS, that's the fasting blood sugar or random blood sugar, depending on the specialist taking care of you, it's never enough for them, especially with the pregnant women with gestational diabetes. Sometimes you need to go through the glycated test after an RBS or FBS has been done. So based on the values on the screen, if you have ever had something like this or any test should reveal this to you, then you should know where you fall. It's that you have a lower one, which I told you I experienced. It meant that the glucose in my body was almost gone. So you feel fainty. And you can have medical crisis if something is not done about it. So you have the normal levels on the screen. So if your glucose level is within that level, it should tell you. So everything is on the screen. And with this, you can't just look at me and say that I suspect that you have something like that. You will need to go through a test.
So the normal one is what we're looking at the green. That's marked
Yes, so the normal one is where we have the green. So what the projection we have on the screen, the normal is the green area. So if your glycated one is 5, 6, then it means you are within the normal range. That is, yes, that. And then for the milligrams per deciliter, 80, 115 is normal. And then if you want to convert it into millimole per liter, then we have those values also there. So that is the target we all should aim at. That is where we should be looking at. But once there are spikes, then it means it's like I want to definitely be at city. Then I always walk around city. I'm always coming to city. I'm establishing contact. There is this rapport building up. It becomes easier for me to enter city eventually.
Okay, so you say that as long as you're flirting on the fringes of diabetes, it will be easier.
It will kiss you very soon.
Wow.
It will kiss you very soon.
Now, what are the signs and symptoms of blood sugar spike? How would you know that you're getting there? You're on those fringes.
So sometimes you can have even issues with your eye health.
Okay.
It should let you know that there is fire on the mountain. Diabetes has a lot to do with your eye health.
Okay.
Yes, so the eyes people say. And so it is. And then once so blurred vision can be a factor. And then there are people who are constantly getting thirsty. So I entered the studio and I've already sipped like 5 times. I just entered not more than 10 minutes ago. And then if you want to always get up to use the washroom, so frequent urination can also be a reason. There are people who go far to experiencing even severe itching.
I see.
Yes, it can also be a reason for you to be concerned. People will even lose weight. Others will put on weight. So it should all let you know that there is something going on. So it could be you feeling more hungry, you feeling, so it's like the opposite of everything can be happening. So I want to take a lot of water. I want to use the washroom a lot of times. Blurred vision. I am either putting on, because weight gain can also be a contributory factor to your risk of having diabetes, being the type 2. So they should all inform you that you need to really watch it, or else you will be found wanting. And there are a lot more.
Now, I know that you said that okay, so you're having blood sugar spikes and it's happening frequently. It's more likely that you will get into the diabetic state. What are some of the dangers? I mean, like physically. I mean, things like, can you have experiences of episodes of dizziness, fainting? What are some of the things that can happen to somebody who's experiencing this?
Candida. Can be a reason, so we should all be on the lookout. Yes, sometimes if you're really, really particular about even how you are as a person, being a woman or what have you, it could be you even checking your underclothes to see certain things even falling off, and that should even inform you that there is something going on with you. It could be, Candida can be even around here. It should let you know that there is something
around your mouth.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
That there's something going on that you need to pay attention into. So in Chi, they call it
So
sanka or
candida
what
is
have you.
basically what, bacterial growth, right?
Yeah, so
It's any kind
you
of
are highly
bacterial growth.
susceptible to bacterial infections, fungal infections,
Okay.
and other infections. So once they keep setting in, okay, so today, week upon week, you have this infection, that infection. It should give you reasons to be concerned, to have
Yeah.
your blood sugar levels or your
Just
glucose
it.
checked, just to let you know. If that is not what is causing that, then you are in the known, because what you know will help you to know that, okay, at least I know that I'm not dealing with diabetes or dealing with blood sugar
Yeah.
spike. And then slow wound healing. And this is very common in
Slow wound healing.
those who have the type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
So when there is a sore, nature has made it possible that once there is a cut and blood is even oozing as the point,
Yeah.
there's clotting, so
Yes.
it ceases.
Yes.
Now, it is supposed to heal with time. And so if it is delaying as far as the healing is concerned, then it means that
Yeah.
it could be diabetes.
Now, what I found interesting is I heard this from a doctor that, I think it was even Dr. Wusu was saying that
Yeah.
when there's a lot of sugar
Yeah.
in a wound, the bacteria are excited and they come and eat and feast.
course.
So it drags the healing process, you know, yeah, and so on. But anyway, we'll come back and we'll look at the foods that you
Yeah.
need to eat, foods that you need to avoid, and so on and so forth, okay? So I'm going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. A nutrition segment will continue on Breakfast Daily. All right, welcome back to the nutrition segment. We've been talking about sugar spikes and diabetes. Of course, we're commemorating yesterday's World Diabetes Day. It's very important conversations that we're having here. If you have any questions, kindly send them to the WhatsApp line 0550585832. The hashtag is Breakfast Daily. All right, Akosia, so we're talking about dangers, and you mentioned about itching and all of that. Tell us a little bit more about these dangers.
So you can also have skin conditions. So if you are constantly having issues with your skin and you see that there is a reason for you to be worried, and there are people who could send you even DMs, I have dermatological issues, then I go, I see a dermatologist, and then later when you are done, because whatever is going on needs to be taken care of before we come in with nutrition. And so you can have that hearing impairment. Can also
Really?
set in. Diabetes is it's a silly thing. I wanted to use a word, but it's not appropriate for TV. And then you can have kidney issues. So kidney damage can. So diabetes can knock you off and make sure you have a lot of other things. You can have coronary heart disease.
Okay.
So diabetes, nerve damage. So that's why sometimes they step on things and they don't even realize
They
that
don't feel it because the nerves are already damaged.
they don't even realize that they
But
are.
I've heard of
they are stepping on
diabetics
that.
actually stepping into fire.
Nails.
You know, and yes.
And
getting wounded
it's a
and
problem
burnt and-
because that can lead to amputation because the healing is affected.
Also now,
And now you are hurt, but there is no way healing will take place properly for you. So with time, it leads to them losing their
limbs. Wow. All right, so let's talk about food. Let's look first of all about at things that you need to avoid at all costs.
So I'll start off the refined foods. And I believe that if you are a follower of the nutrition segment, refined foods almost appears in every conversation we've had, from breast cancer month to as long as 2018 when we started this thing. So refined foods, it's very important that we pay attention to the fresh foods we have. I always say that we are blessed. You can enter the market with 2 cedis and get contomere, even 1 cedi. They can get it for you. And I've planned a 7 cedi lunch here with Frema, I think last month when we were doing breast cancer. So it's not about money. It's about you knowing what to put on your plate. And that's the reason why this segment is there. So we always take you through that. Now, apart from the refined foods like white bread, refined rice, we want the rice with this flavor and aroma. But ask yourself, as far as nutrition is concerned, is it a low glycemic index food? Now, these are high glycemic index food, and high glycemic index foods will release glucose faster into your bodies when you consume certain foods. So white rice, they contain higher amounts of starch or sugar or what we call glucose. And so definitely it's like you giving your body 2 of my fist, but your body is making do with just one fist. So the other one is lying in your blood streams. As soon as we draw blood, there's sugar in there. Excess converted into fat, lining into the passageway of blood to your heart. And so with time, diabetes can lead you to even being hypertensive, because whatever the basic cause, what causes this one is the same thing. They are like cousins. So that is it. And then sugary foods or beverages. So those who want to enjoy your I always hammer that, like your carbonated.
Any drink that you open
that gives you
has that sound, it means that
the orange one, the black one, they like the bubbles on ice.
Okay.
Keep killing yourselves.
Wow.
And then packed foods or meals.
Okay.
So it's very advisable that you do a lot of fresh starts, because once something is packed, that something has been done to it. There is a reason why that tin tomato is sitting in that can for 3 years and it's not going bad. But if you should just blend raw tomato right now and don't keep it well, in the next 3 days,
max.
it is gone.
Yeah.
So there is a reason why it is overstaying. So you need to make sure you cut down on those processed foods, because brine solution means that there is excess sodium, that is salt, added to it, and with time they will all contribute to whatever is sitting in your plate or your glucose levels. And then we have French fries, fruit juices. They said juices, but I'll say drinks, because some of the things they call juices, they are lies. Because you can't say it's fresh fruit juice and then it's sitting on the shelf for a year. And Kensu or orange juice, can it stay on the shelf in your room for a year or even for 2 days without going bad? It's not possible. So it means that something has been done to it, and so they are lying to us. So don't allow them to lie to you. So these are examples of food. So try to eat healthy. Your plate should be divided into 4. Half of your plate should be from vegetables. That is you doing the right thing. Half should be from vegetables, and we have them around. And then 1/4 of it should be from proteins. And proteins, if it's chicken, take the skin off and make sure you are eating the lean part. A drumstick is okay for you. You don't need 2 or 3. Your body will make do with what it needs, and the excess will just hurt you in return. And then the other 1/4 or 1/4 should be for the starches. And with the starches, make sure you are going for low glycemic index starches. Brown rice, excellent example. Oatmeal, barley. So foods with a lot of fiber in there or unprocessed are very good as far as you fill in your plate. And then the vegetables is stressed on a lot than the fruit, because some of the fruits have high fructose in there. And the way we eat fruits in this country, it's not a snack, because you get somebody buying a whole pack of mangoes and they think it's a snack. That is a meal. So if you want to go that line, bananas, there are people arguing if the sweet fruits are good for persons with diabetes. But I say that if it's a nutritionist planning your meals for you, definitely you'll be given the right portions to stick with.
So let me ask the question. When you talk about whole foods or unprocessed foods, white rice versus gari, what would you say?
The biochemistry is working. So gari is very good. Gari is a low glycemic index food. So there are persons who go like, instead of feeling for fufu all the time, let me do eba. But in that sense too, I'm not putting premium on gari too much, because our people have the tendency of really attacking something.
It's like
once
everything you say, then suddenly we go extreme.
It's good, and then we go the extreme. So if it's eba that you want to enjoy, this is the size of eba ideally I am supposed to take. And for me, this is enough for me. If this is not enough for you, your face size is not enough for you, you are allowed to go a little beyond that. But don't give yourself that, daddies, you want 2 balls of fufu. You are one human being. Why do you want 2 balls of fufu? Make sure you are, it's not about the quantity.
One large
or that means you are a man, because it will hurt you in return. The gari example you gave works excellently, because research supports gari to be good as far as even glycemic index is concerned. And diabetes is all about you playing with calories and making sure you are regulating certain intakes, or the glycemic index of whatever you are eating is so low. And with that, a nutritionist can help you better plan your food in a way that it makes sure the concept of low glycemic index foods is factored into it. But I believe that this conversation can guide you if you don't have a nutritionist closer to you, because a lot of people get in touch from the north, from wherever. So you can really plan. You have a lot of amazing crops at where you find yourself. And I always say that it's a blessing to be in the north. I've lived there before. They have healthy meals. The foods you eat there, the teas there, the ayoyo, the bread, the leaves you have there, there's power in whatever we have here. So make do with it. And then if there is a nutritionist closer, just go for help. But if it's something I can help over the phone, why? People send DMs, so I'm always there to help.
Okay. So fruits, veggies. They are both helpful, useful nutritionally, right? For somebody who is, let's say, borderline diabetic, you've been experiencing sugar spikes and all that, and you're trying to correct things, what would be your absolute recommendation to say fruits, veggies?
So that's why even my plate or how you should eat, I said half should go for the vegetables. Because if you are planning your meals, I plan meals for people, but we will plan it here today. So you take your breakfast, your lunch, and then your supper, the right portions. Like I said, if it's kenke, we eat a lot of spatula meals or bakuta meals in our country here. So if it's a spatula meal, a fist size, your own fist size, is the guide. If it's chicken, drumstick, is okay for you. If it's meat, if it's mutton, the matchbox 2 to 3 of that is okay for you. It's not about how much you are eating. And then for your starches, I've given 1/4. For your protein, I've given 1/4. So that should be the guide. But for the fruits, which should be, I normally use them as snacks or your in-betweens. What I recommend is you sticking to the right portion. When it comes to an example, let's say what do you call watermelon? Some of the fruit, like the sweet ones, they contain a lot of sugar, or called the fructose, and that will shoot your glucose level. So you need to make sure you are doing the right portion. So if it's the foreign ones, I can give somebody even 1 finger or 1/2. If it's medium, like 2 fingers. But our people want to enjoy a bunch of banana with a cup full of nuts and think it's snack. So it's about the portion. If it's banana, 1 to 2. If it's a local one, 2 to 3. If it's an orange, 2 oranges a day can supply your daily need of ascorbic acid. So you don't need to do much.
Now, Akosua, I'm sure there are a lot of people who want to get in touch with you. How do people reach you? So
you can follow me on Instagram at The Nutritionist Akosua, And then on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, it is Nutritionist Akosua. And then you can WhatsApp me on 0243 350206 for everything strictly nutrition.
All right. So you know who to get in touch with for your nutritional needs. Now, nutrition segment is sponsored by Lily Rice. Lily Rice, tasty food, happy family. Thank you very much, Akosua.
Always a pleasure.
And of course, like Akosua said, you don't need to eat more than your fistful of food at any point in time. Some people are going to argue with me, but you see, when you are arguing, you're going to have to deal with your doctor eventually.